Hello everyone, I am Andrila and you are watching my online high school. In today's class, we are going to cover the chapter Measurement and Motion of Class 6 Science, under which we will study the topics transportation, its definition and examples about transportation. Next, we will study physical quantities, under which we will cover the topic estimation, that is like approximate measurement, need for accurate measurement. Next, we will cover the topic standard units. Next, writing units, measurement of length, tools used for measuring length. Sixth is using a meter scale to measure length, under which we will cover the topic errors and three different possibilities of errors. Then, last topic of measurement will be measuring the length of a curved line, and we will also cover two activities and short exercise. Measurement and motion. Transportation. There is always a need for people to move from one place to another and also to move things. Transportation is a way of moving people and things from one place to another. So, in transportation, what we are understanding is that there is always a need for people to move from one place to another, from a source to destination, from one place. Suppose I'm here, I'm in Bangalore right now, I have to go to Kolkata, from one place to another place. In the olden days, humans walked or ran to move from one place to another. So in the olden days, that is during ancient time, during when early humans were there, during that time, we humans, we either used to walk, we used to use our legs, that because that time wheels were not discovered, and we used to use our leg for either walking or for running from moving from one place to another. Later, they used animals like donkeys, horses, and camels for transportation. Now, what happened that once we are using our legs for movement, so it will take a lot of time. So, slowly, we all learned that if we are using our legs, then we are either getting tired over the time. We can't move long distance, we cannot go from here, we cannot travel like from one city to another city. Over the time, gradually, people learned that animals like donkeys can be used, horses can be used, elephants can be used. So many camels were also used for transportation in the deserts. The discovery of the wheel led to the development of carts that could be pulled by either. Now, once wheels were invented, then what happened? Either animals like horses could pull the cart, or else we humans could pull the cart. So, when animals were used to pull carts, humans found that transport was faster. So, eventually, what happened that wheels made the transport system a bit faster. So, time was saved, and people could also transport from one place to another in short span of time without getting tired. Boats or rafts were used to travel on water. So, whatever we are discussing now, it is mainly on land. Right, like whether I'm running, whether I'm walking, whether I'm using a cart, it is all on land, that is on road. Apart from road, there is also water, there is air. So, in water, what happened? Either boats were used or rafts were used to travel on water. The invention of the steam engine made transport even faster. Trains and ships that were powered by steam helped transport people and material over long distances much faster. So, here what it is saying that the invention of the steam engine saved more and more time as ships and trains were used for traveling long distances. Engines that were powered by petrol and diesel were again invented later after steam engine. It then became possible to build cars, trucks, aeroplanes, and so on. So once petrol and diesel was invented, what happened that more modernization came. Cars, trucks, aeroplanes, and so on were built. Modern vehicles came up. Then transportation became more easy. We can easily commute from one place to another, and like we can go to our office for day to day work like our parents goes. So now what has happened, that it is saving more and more time. Other modes of transport like spacecraft were introduced in the 20th century. Next, we will cover the second topic, that is physical quantities. Here we will cover estimation, that is, as I mentioned in the beginning of the class, that it is about approximate measurement. And another topic we will cover is need for accurate measurement. In physical quantities, we make many measurements in our daily life. For example, a tailor measures the length of cloth needed to stitch a shirt. A vegetable vendor needs to know the weight of the vegetables that he is selling. A milkman measures the volume of milk that he gets from his cow. A student preparing for an exam measures the time he or she takes to write an essay or solve a problem. So here I'm reading, it is a very day-to-day life activities where it is mentioned that a vegetable vendor knows with the help of a scale, he measures the weight of the vegetables, or a milkman measures the volume of the milk that he got from the cow. In this video, like how much time I am taking, a student preparing, suppose you are preparing for exam, so how much time you are taking to give the exam, so that time also you are measuring. So measurement we are using in our daily life, in our day to day activities, right? So what we can understand, that length, weight, volume, time, speed and temperature are some quantities that can be measured. Any quantity that can be measured is called a physical quantity. A tailor is measuring a length of a cloth for which he is about to stitch, how much he should stitch of the cloth. So that is the length. What is the length of that cloth? So any quantities that can be measured is called a physical quantity. Next, we will cover estimation. What is estimation? We know that it is necessary to make measurements in everyday life. However, it is not necessary to make accurate measurements in all cases, right? So we are making measurements like like suppose I'm making tea. So daily I will not use, suppose two guests have come to my house and I have to make 2 cups of tea. So roughly I'll take 2.5 cup of water and milk and I'll make the tea. So every time I will not make accurate measurement that how much, what should be the exact amount. So sometimes an estimated measurement is, so here that is what mentioned, that sometimes an estimated measurement is sufficient. Such estimates are valuable in cases where accuracy is not needed. Suppose you're pouring salt while cooking. So roughly if you put half spoon or like so whatever the amount that is of the salt you're putting while cooking, roughly you can just with the help of your hand you're just measuring and you're just putting it in. So that rough measurement is more than enough. That is sufficient. That is approximate measurement. It is not exactly accurate. The amount of sugar needed for a cup of tea, the number of days a tube of a toothpaste will last, or the approximate time it will take to reach a certain place are some examples where a rough estimation is sufficient. So here what it is talking about, again day to day activities, estimation topic, that suppose you are using a toothpaste, okay, a tube of a toothpaste, how much, whether it is taking 20 days, 25 days, 30 days for it to get finished. So these are all day to day activities, that how long that toothpaste will last. So that is a rough estimation. It is not necessary that you have to have the accurate number and then only you will go to buy another toothpaste. So it might take 23 days, it might take 24 days. So it is a rough approximate estimation. That is what it is discussing here. So amount of sugar needed for a cup of tea. I just now mentioned whether it is water, whether it is sugar, that how much sugar or how much water, with whatever it is you are taking to make the tea. A rough estimation is more than enough, because as you are making it every day, so you will automatically you can guess, right? So you don't need to every day measure the exact amount by using some measuring cup or any measuring tool. So just by using your hand you can just, or by using a spoon you can just do the rough estimation and put it in the pan. So next topic is needed for accurate measurements. In many cases an accurate measurement In many cases, an accurate measurement is required and a rough estimate will not suffice. For example, a doctor needs to measure the exact temperature of a patient, and a scientist has to know the exact amount of reactants needed to carry out an experiment. So, here what I'm reading is for accurate measurements, when is it mostly needed? If you're carrying out an experiment in the research lab, when the scientists are making any sort of research, then accuracy is very much important. How many molecules, what will be the chemical reaction, so that there is no confusion and it doesn't lead to something disaster, or a wrong experiment doesn't get carried out. So for that, accuracy is very important. Even for a doctor as well, it is very much important to for him to measure the exact temperature of a patient. So he cannot give a rough number, he should be exact, because the patient is ill, it is serious, so their accuracy is very much important.